Welcome to LINNC 2022 in Paris, and we're with Guilherme Dabus. Well, we spoke with you several years ago, but let's speak about the future today. What do you think is going to be happening in INR in the future?
It's a great question. So I think there's a couple of things. Last time when we discussed this was about like 2 or 3 years ago. We spoke about which aneurysms to treat. I think, the indications for aneurysm treatment, they haven't really necessarily changed. However, the tools that we have to treat them they continue to advance, and we have different flow diverters. We have different intersecular disruptors, for example. And I think, those are becoming more and more really the tools to go for some of the aneurysms, from some of the more difficult aneurysms for sure. I think the future really looks promising. I mean, what exactly we're going to be doing, I think it's going to continue to have a lot of advancements on the device that we use. We're going to be doing new procedures that we're actually not doing right now, and they're going to be developed, potentially things through the venous system, potentially like shunts between the subarachnoid space and the venous systems. So I think there's a lot of those things that will come up. The other thing that I think is very exciting, I think there's going to be more and more research on a kind of brain-computer interface. So I think devices that potentially can do that communication that are placed through the endovascular route. I think it's going to be very, very exciting. And I think I would say that also a couple of things that they're starting right now, but I think they're going to become more and more important. Things like robotics, automation, AI. I think that's going to be really integrated to what we do, incorporated to the angio systems to really provide our patients the best chance of a good outcome.
I'm wondering, and you didn't mention any pharmaceutical products. Are there any drugs that are now being used as well? I think,
we are changing, going in respect to aneurysm treatment or for intracranial stenting, there has been some changes in some of the protocols that have been used. So, traditionally we've been using aspirin, Plavix, or clopidogrel. Nowadays, there's other medications, prasugrel, for example, ticagrelor, for example. I mean, those are different antiplatelet agents, a little bit more effective sometimes and really promote platelet inhibition. I think more and more people are really trending towards those medications. However, there's still a lot of plenty of use for what we've been doing, but I think the future, newer agents will probably be introduced more effective, potentially safer agents will be introduced. When we're talking about stroke, of course, we've been changing from the stroke treatment, to tenecteplase. And I think that's a drug that, as I said, potentially a little bit more effective, potentially a little bit safer than TPA. And also when you go into what the future will be, I think there's going to be more for example, agents that are neuroprotective, potentially for stroke or even for other types of endovascular procedures that will really help, again, save some of the brain until we get there and can actually reestablish the blood flow, or even after it's done to really protect or help that brain to come up alive again.
Well, thank you very much for this insight into the future, and we look forward to speaking with you the next time.
It's always a pleasure to be here with you.
Thank you.